What's up, guys? Welcome to my review for Doom: The Lost Mission. It was recently released, remastered, the whole Doom's series. There's two DLC packs originally released for the Xbox 360, and it was The Lost Mission and Resurrection of Evil. And today we're going to be going over The Lost Mission. So there was a part in Doom 3 where you saw something go through. Basically, there was Marines that were sent after a certain part of the space station, and these Marines were like a specialist group, and you play their mission. Now, you hear it in the background, and you see a few clips of it in the background when you're playing the original Doom 3, but this gives you a chance to actually play as the Marines. A few things about the game. It looks exactly like Doom 3, as to be expected. There is a little bit more ammo. I would say this game is about 5 hours long. The game still looks really amazing. Again, if you're someone that cannot handle a lot of stress when it comes to face-to-face freaking interactions, this is rough, man. There's going to be a lot of dodging, a lot of close-quarters combat. There's going to be a lot of taking cover. This isn't like Doom Eternal or the remaster. There's going to be a lot of times where you're going to need to run away and gather your thoughts. And all the weapons are still there. The rocket launcher, the shotgun. And the story is... I'm going to break down the story first. Since it's very simplistic. So you're that Marine, and this sissy-ass scientist named, I don't know his name. Who cares? His name is not important. He's a little bitch, and he's like, hey, can you fix this shit for me? I need to teleport these demons back to hell. And he kind of explains the events of Doom 3. He's like, listen, we really screwed up here, my friend. So what I'm going to need you to do is literally kill everything in this space station all by yourself while I sit in this little hidey hole that I got in this science labs, and I figure out how to shut the teleporter off, taking all these demons to hell. And you're like, holy crap, how am I going to do that by myself? Well, I don't know how you're going to do it by yourself, but guess what? He gives you this SIC drive, and he's like, you know what, buddy? Figure it out. So after he rambles on forever, by the way, I'm standing here just like, oh my god, shut up. So you have to take the space station by yourself. You have the standard loadouts. You have the chain gun, which I would recommend using most of the time. Basically, it just fires, has a 60-round clip, does a tremendous amount of damage, and for almost everything you run into, you can just blindly fire near their stomach, and it should take care of them. There's no slowdown, unlike Doom 3, where there was parts of slowdown. This game runs really, really, really good on Xbox One. Explosive barrels, once again, make a return, and the chain gun makes a return. All the weapons, the plasma rifle, the pistol, the shotgun, the freaking grenades. Now, I never really used the grenades initially in the first time I played Doom 3, and I failed to realize just how freaking powerful they are. Basically, a lot of the demons that you're going to fight, like this freaking pig monster or whatever the heck he is, they're going to charge right at you, firing their guns, and there's not a lot you can do about it. The only thing saving you from dying pretty much immediately is cover, and the cover that you do get is pretty terrible. So, the advantage of using the grenades is you can throw one in an encounter that where you know someone's going to be. Like when the demons spawn in, they make this creepy noise, and you can just throw a grenade towards that spawn, and normally they'll walk right into it. Now, the grenades don't have a dedicated physics engine, so they don't have like they don't really bounce or anything, as to reference in Halo 3 grenades where they bounce everywhere. So you're gonna need to like really throw it pretty much directly on them. Besides the weapons, which are exactly the same from Doom 3, you still have a PDA where you can look up emails and you can get storage codes. Now, I think there's only about 5 different lockers in this game. 5 or 6 in the Lost Mission, and then they mainly just give you really terrible things like ammo and like health and stuff. Things you don't need, you know what I mean? Armor. Just non-essential things that you would never need when demons are attacking your base, right? And you just go place to place, being scared pretty much shitless, while these little zombies and stuff attack you. And the issue I have with this, besides it being like literally 5 hours long, is while the first Doom had a lot of people you interact with and a lot of people talk to you, the only person in contact with you is that wimpy-ass scientist, and the sound of his voice is just so irritated, man. It's like Gilbert Godfrey. And I really, really did not like listening to him. And unfortunately, he's like the only person you're going to see. You're not going to see other Marines. You're not going to hear your captain or whatever help you out. It's pretty much just going to be you. So you're going through the space station, and the space station levels are always really cool because it's on Mars, and that's freaking awesome. It's a space station on Mars, people. And this, I think that the atmosphere is good. The lighting is really cool. It's creepy. The music when it cuts in is creepy. Exploring the missions never really seems like it's difficult, but it doesn't seem like it's easy either. Like, you will have to lose a little bit of your brain power. The loading times are a little bit long, which is like, I really hated that. But that's all good too. So eventually you make your way to hell, and this is where the game gets, for me, like, tremendously linear. Like, the environments, I get it, it's like 2008, so like there's not a lot you can do with environments, but Jesus, did you have to make them look like this? I mean, this looks like something I could draw. What really comes up, and what's really glaringly obvious about the problem with the hell levels is, yeah, you're in hell and that's creepy and stuff like that, but my god, does it make the game so much easier when you have this huge area to just dodge projectiles in. I mean, they still mess you up pretty good, but it takes all the scariness out of it, right? Because you're in hell, and while that should be scary, I guess, your weapons that you do have, a lot of them are long range too, and you don't have that necessity to like strafe and hide behind things, because in these hell levels, it's huge, the area is gigantic, and you have plenty of places to hide, and you can usually just literally run away from enemies. So that was my main problem with the level design of hell, is it's very linear. You go straight forward and demons spawn in. At least in the Mars level, you can, you have the feeling like there's more to explore, even though there's not. And the hell levels, it's like the most linear thing I've ever seen, right? The enemies just charge in at you and they shoot you. You see them from, oh my god, across the level, right? And a lot of times you can just use the things like plasma rifle or the rocket launcher to just shoot them from a distance. And all that dread and all that stress from the close quarters combat in the space station just dissipates, because it's so much easier to just shoot them like as soon as they appear. And even if it's like a terrible weapon like the pistol, I mean, you're going to be hitting them like so far away, and they're not going to get a chance to retaliate. So that's like my main issue with the level design in hell. When you're in hell too, you're there to fix the teleporter and stuff like that. There's like one boss battle, and I won't ruin it, but like it's pretty underwhelming. Basically, you can just use the rocket launcher for the last demon, and as soon as you kill him, like, the game ends. So it wasn't very fun to just be in a level that has a lot of open spaces. It was a lot creepier to be in that space station level where you knew that everything was just kind of like, I don't know, like close quartered, so like there's a lot of initiative for you to like hide behind cover. The weapons work really well all the time. There's not a lot of, especially the combat shotgun and the super shotgun, which can pretty much run things. In this game, I'm playing on veteran, so it's a lot harder what you're seeing right now. Like, normally it doesn't take like 50 grenades to kill somebody, but in veteran it does. There is a nightmare mode difficulty, just like there is in Doom 3. The difference between nightmare difficulty mode is enemies just don't stop spawning. So the only way to like really finish the level is to just run past a lot of enemies and hope to God they don't follow you. The issue with that is they will chase you through the whole level. I mean, this is like the Time Splitters 2 level of AI. The AI in this game is very stubborn, and if you try to ignore them, they will follow you through the whole level, at least till you get the next loading point. I did not personally play Nightmare because I found it freaking impossible, but I suppose for people that are like really, really into Doom, and this was one of the remasters for Doom that people were like, oh my god, I need to play this. Like, as soon as I saw this on sale in the Xbox store for like $8, I was like, yes, I am getting this. They do these awesome things on Xbox where they have games for like $1 in their whole series, so that's pretty sweet. So you still collect ammo, you still collect armor. Armor will not protect you against melee attacks, but it will protect you against gunfire. But I normally had full armor because melee attacks and certain attacks just drain your health instead of your armor, and the only thing that drains your armor is gunfire. And unlike the Doom 3, the main game, like, you're rarely going to interact with other people that actually use guns besides the soldiers you fight, like, twice. Like, there's heavy chain gun guys, but you can usually write them out pretty well. So you're not going to lose a lot of your armor. I spent, like, most of the game with, like, 100 armor. However, the plasma balls that these guys throw in, like, direct melee attacks just tank your health. So it just makes getting armor like kind of useless, I guess, especially in the hell level. But overall, it's a really, really cool addition to Doom 3, and I do recommend playing Doom 3 still because it is an amazing game. And playing, even though like I think the Lost Mission is really short, and I think they could have done a lot more with it. I really appreciate what they did to expand the series and to, like, just explain what was going on in the background while Doom Guy was like killing like an entire armada of demons. So that's it for my review. I appreciate you guys listening. Check out the Lost Mission if you can.